Okie dokie. We're going to do a trade review today. If you look right here, this is my top step. It's just a combine, but I took these trades just to show proof of entry. So here's the entry prices and the exit prices. I marked them on my charts with green and red marks. And also, this is just a sim trade, as you can see here, but I wanted to take this trade as an example too. So I would have taken this trade if it wasn't an hour before close on a Friday, basically. Let's go over the trades. Starting back, okay, so this top right here is a 5 minute, top left is an hourly. That's all we're going to be looking at today. So on the hourly, is um, this is the day we're looking at right here. So we come up overnight, this huge rally up, all-time highs, and we start
The
dumping
PFA
all
bar timer
morning.
threshold has been reached.
Let me turn that off. Oh, I don't know how to turn it off. Shh. Um, I don't know how to turn it off. Bar timer. Okay. Sorry about that. Where were we? Right. Um, Let me reattach this. So, this blue square is coming into the morning on the 26th, and we rallied up overnight and we started coming down. So, my area of interest on this day is down here. This is the demand, right? Um, and we are also in an uptrend according to our dynamic range rules. So if you think about so many distractions, okay. You think about a range in the market like this, you want to buy low and sell high. This is the same, and this is the same. An uptrend or downtrend is the same. You want to buy low and sell high. So this is our hourly range, and we are in our buy zone. This is our strong demand. How do we know this is strong demand? Price just did this out of it, right? So we know there's buyers here. I'm looking for price to come down there. The first trade I take is this first green line here. What I see is price come down, not close to our zone, but it puts in this demand here with these candles. So I put a buy at the top of the demand and a stop below. That obviously failed pretty quickly, which was kind of expected. I didn't want to miss the trade, so I wanted to get in the market, but I wasn't expecting this to necessarily work. The next entry is when we make it down to this hourly demand zone, and this white line coming across is yesterday's close. Not only are we in large time frame demand in an uptrend at yesterday's close, so I'm going to buy. So I got entered at 83.50. Took some off at sellers up here. How do we know there's sellers up here? Well, this is supply here. So I took it off, took some off in there, and then we kind of hovered here, and I got out at the end of the day for this trade. So coming into the next day, the market put in, we're now in a sideways range according to our dynamic range rules. So we want to buy at the bottom and sell at the top. What I see on the hourly, we're in this range. This is obviously our demand down here, but I want to be more specific. So I'm going to look into the candle. So how do I do that? I use an order flow volume profile. This one is one that comes in with the software that I use. It's just easier to see. But we take our volume profile on these up candles. Okay. We're going to expand it. I think I actually did it on the 5-minute because it was more clear. That's these candles here on the 5-minute are the demand. I'm going to take my volume profile tool, check out this area, open it up. What do we notice about this demand here? Well, clearly we have unfilled orders sitting right here. What are unfilled orders? Well, think of the market moved so quickly through this area, it essentially created a gap in price. Gaps tend to fill. So this gap started at, you can say 91 and ended at 84.75. So that's what I was looking for. Specifically in this hourly demand, I was looking for this area right here. So I put an order to buy at 90.75, which was bottom tick of the overnight. That necessarily doesn't happen all the time. I was pretty lucky to get filled, but you know, that's what we were expecting. We were expecting a buy in this area. So we get it. We get our buy in this area. Where do we take some profits? Well, we have supply up here. This is where sellers are left. So we want to get out slightly before them. And then we take some more off at the next area of sellers up here. And then I had, my last contract was just break even. I got out at break even. There was no follow through from this move. So let's say I missed that trade overnight because it was at 3 in the morning. And coming into the morning, what would have been my trade this morning? Well, we're in our range on the hourly. This is our hourly supply, but this is a big zone. I want to be more specific, okay? So, get our volume profile tool, analyze this supply zone here, like this, and we see this gap in price, just like we did at the bottom. We have the same thing at the top, from 21 and a quarter to, I could say 24 and a half. So in this hourly supply up here, we are looking specifically at this area. So if I wasn't long the market overnight, coming into the morning, I would be looking right here to sell. Just like almost bottom ticked and top ticked if we would have taken that trade. And that would have worked out beautifully. Where would we have sold some off? Well, buyers are down here. We get a slight bounce and break through. So now we're in this long sim, obviously. Why are we in this long? Same range rules apply. We know this is what's left of the demand down here on the hourly. Now we're coming into the bottom of our range into demand. Now I want to look at specifically the demand is, oops, from the low to the high of this candle. That's the demand. So that's why I took this sim trade here. It was happening. That's why I got in a bad entry. You know, your entry would be at the top of the zone. But I just wanted to show proof of concept. So those are the trades the past couple days. Just looking at buyers and sellers and possibly where their orders lie. Why is it important to look at those empty gaps? Because that's potentially where somebody's order is sitting, somebody much larger than I am. And you can see it play out almost perfectly at the bottom and the top. Um, yeah, so I hope that gave you some ideas, some rules, some things to look at. Buy low, sell high. That's the name of the game. Low risk. All right, catch you later.